After a few weeks of back-to-back events, we're going back to our More Than Metal stories, introducing this week a very nice MG.
Hi, my name's Neil Willits and this is Red 19, my 1996 MGF that I bought new and have done 86,000 miles in. Everybody knows Red 19. It's done very well. As seen usually at the back of the pack on a track day or blocking the view at a car show.
We've got Neil here. Now, Neil is a friend on Facebook, and apparently I have met him before, but my memory is that bad, I completely forgot. I've met you at car shows, haven't I?
Yes, indeed.
We're huge MG nerds.
Yeah.
Huge MG nerds.
I'm well known for my nerdiness.
So, you are here with your MG, and you've got a really interesting story about your MG. So, what can you tell me about your MGF?
Well, I've owned it for nearly 30 years now, and it actually was the platform for the whole of my TT performance products, which is a nice little sort of garagiste, as they say in France.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I bought it brand new. The company I work for gave me a car allowance and expected me to turn up with a nice, sensible Mondeo, as they all did. Well, if I'd bought a Mondeo, it would probably been recycled into razor blades and biscuit tins by now. But yeah, I was going home back to the wife's house, mother's house at the time, and I got lost, and the phone in my old brick phone, as they were in those days, was running out of charge. So I pulled into this MG showroom and used their phone to find out where I was. And at the time, they had a brand new, one of the very first MGFs in red with a black roof in the showroom, and I asked how much it was, and it turned out to be just slightly more than the allowance was, and so I sold my Triumph 2000. I got the car, and the one thing that obviously it was a brand new MGF. There are hardly any on the roads at the time, and it was a great little looking car, and it was sort of in my mind it was a development of the Fiat X19 that I previously had a red one of, which was a really good mid-engine, small capacity, fun car. And so I got it, and the thing that really disappointed me about it was the lack of noise. You know, because the Fiat had a straight pipe on that, so it was very sensual experience, I guess. But yeah, the old car was a bit, didn't really have much noise, and so.
Funnily enough, that's what I thought when I got my first MGF. I was like, I can't hear the engine.
Yeah.
This sounds so much better with a big beefy exhaust on it.
Yeah,
so that's what I did.
Yeah, well, that's exactly that, and you won't be alone with that. A lot of people did that, and anyway, so I knew a guy in Mitcham called Trevor Taylor, and he was a bit of a character, and I took him. He used to do MGBs and put big V8s in them. I took my little car up there and I said, "Look, here's one of these." And he went, "It's new." And I said, "Yeah," and it doesn't sound right. And he goes, "Vroom, vroom." It sounds all right to me. And I said, "No, I want to have it a bit louder." And so I drew on a bit of paper that he had like this, knocking about. I had a bit of paper, just drew on it an exhaust pipe that I'd had on the old Fiat. And anyway, I gave it to him, and he fitted this exhaust to it, which was quite an interesting contraption because it had the main box going across the back and this bypass pipe going around the back of the system, which didn't really do very much, but it was connected. And that was the TT F Extreme, as it was called, when he did it. And sadly, he got ill soon afterwards, and didn't last very long after that. And anyway, so I went to his show about a year or 2 years later at Gaydon, and a bloke came up to me and said, "Oh, you've got one of those Trevor Taylor exhaust pipes. Can you get me one?" And I said, "Well, sadly, Trevor's no longer with us. So, sorry, mate, you can't have that one either." And he goes, "Oh, I'm sure a man like you can get it made somewhere." And so that's how it all started. And
no way.
Yeah, and so we had the Mark II, 3 and 4 exhaust TT Mark II, 3 and 4 made, and they were good and beefy and rorty and did all the good things that the one I got on my car did. And I sold about 200 of those.
Oh, no way. Wow.
And
so Obviously, I know Neil from shows and he's my friend on Facebook. I didn't have a clue that he makes the TT Maximum exhaust that I've got on my car.
Yeah.
That is the exhaust that everyone was always raving about, the Max 7 TT. And I'm very lucky that I got one for Christmas to put on my MGF. And here I am with the maker. It's amazing.
MG circles, it's a small world.
It is actually very small, and I didn't even know. So there you go.
Yeah, and Mark 9 is what I've got on the car right now. You'll see it later.
Well, we're definitely going to have to fire it up and see what it sounds like.
Yeah.
So the whole reason that you brought this car today is because that is what inspired you to get started with the TT exhaust in itself, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But also the fact you've owned it since brand new. Can you tell me more about that?
Well, yeah. Well, it was, as I said, it was a company car. So I used it as a company car. I used to work for a small management consultancy that we used to have these lock-ins with various companies on the south coast for a week. And so I'd drive down there from home with my little MG with everything packed in the boot.
How?
It was very full. And it was quite an I have to say it raised a few eyebrows when they turned up in their boring one dayers and I turned up in a noisy MGF.
And your very flashy red one was
Yeah, exactly. But it was no, I didn't have any other car, so it was like, there it is. I spent your allowance on that. But when that came to an end, I had to get myself a grown-up car. And also,
it comes to us all.
Yeah, and also, well, I was going and doing a lot of work overseas because for my sins I worked for Volvo. Yeti bra, very good working for Volvo. Lovely people. And I used to have to leave the car at the airport. And I didn't want to leave a nice car at the airport. Yeah. So I went online and I bought an old blue Volvo, which some of the MG guys will remember as the Gubberbill. And I used that on a track day as well because the MGF was broken.
Oh, that's hilarious. So you just mentioned there about track days. Now, I know for a fact that you track day your MGF, which has been your daily.
Yes.
How does that feel when it's your daily car and you take it around track days? Just talk me through the whole track day thing and why you started doing them in the first place.
Well, it was, how did I start doing it? I don't know. It was one of those... It was one of those things where you watch Formula One, you think that you've got a car with mods on it. I want to know how much faster this is than standard, and also test myself going around the circuit and having a bit of fun, I suppose, with it. Driving it as fast as I can without getting. There's another story which perhaps we won't repeat around Huddersfield Ring Road, but it's best to use real tracks, people. Don't use the Huddersfield Ring Road.
No, or any ring road.
So we did a couple of track days, and I used MGs on track, and I found that they're very good lads, and they're very gentlemanly.
Okay.
So they don't behave like hooligans, and they won't scare you. I think the one thing that you're a lad, you're a bit, hey, I got a cool car, and think you can drive until you do a track day, and then you learn that no, actually you're a bit pants.
How did you find that out? Because you told me something very hilarious.
Well, I managed to spin it.
Yeah, you told me about a very old classic MG that overtook you.
Oh God, yes. Well, they go to the MGF boys, and they are they're vintage chaps, and they have MGBs and TR5s and things like this, and old other Rover Group cars. And I went round driving what I thought was a pretty good lap around Silverstone, and an MGA, a convertible MGA that looked really nice and pretty, went past me like I was going backwards. Again, another one. So I've been burned up by an Aston, that's one thing. But being burned up by an MGA.
They're 1950s, aren't they?
Yeah, 1950s. And
oh, the shame.
Yeah, I know. It might even had drum brakes. Anyway, it went past me like I was going backwards as well. So they did that, and I went back home feeling, why do I bother? But after a few sessions like this, like many. Last time I went to Silverstone in that same car with suitable modifications and better brakes and all the bits and bobs I've done to it. It went round like a rocket. You know, all the mods that you get into, the biggest and best thing you can tune is the nut behind the wheel.
Yeah.
And that's where your lap times come down. So in the boot, of course, there's I have a resident.
Please don't say spider.
No.
Oh God. Mouse.
No. When I was first going out with the wife, she bought me a little Biggles teddy bear.
Oh.
And Biggles, that was in the 80s. And Biggles has lived in the boot of my car now for 30 years.
Oh, I love that.
Poor old Biggles, he's looking a bit, let me out.
Oh, that's cute.
He's done solitary for 30 years in the boot. And Jerry McGovern signed the inside of my boot lid.
No way.
Yes, I've got this great big Jerry McGovern signature.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, but he's quite a character. And I thought he'd just sign it like, Jerry McGovern on the inside of the boot lid. And it's got Jerry McGovern.
Oh, brilliant.
Yeah.
Love that.
So I'll tell you what, the thing that really gets me about these MGs is they're so undervalued.
They are.
It's a joke, really.
Yeah, because everybody always says to me, oh, you have MGs, oh, head gasket. I'm like, if anyone else says head gasket, I'm going to start charging them money.
Yeah,
because that's all they ever say. So how many times have you had to replace your head gasket in the last 30 years?
Once.
Thank you.
I do like to go on these big treks.
And it looks incredible.
Yeah, well,
it's an incredible. Did you say it's the original paintwork as well?
Yes, it looks
like
no paint has been added to that car.
Yeah, looking at this car, you can't tell that you've done track days, that you've travelled the world, and you just can't tell because it's in such immaculate condition.
Oh, it's very nice of you to say so, but it is pampered massively.
Well, I think we should go and have a look on the ins and outs, and could you take me for a drive?
Yes, sure.
Let's go.
Let's do that. Here we go.
So we're in Red 19, and we're about to go through a tunnel where you can make some very nice noises, I'm sure, with that Mark 9 TT exhaust.
You ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Oh God.
Okay.
Oh, these are such fun little cars. Oh my gosh, that was excellent. I know I have many of these and they still surprise me every time. Wow, that was insane. Well, that does sound nice.
Look at that, the checkered flags on that post.
It was then that I had the idea to ask Neil to drop me off at the side of the road, then I could record the sound through the tunnel without the noise of the wind from the soft top. Well, he came over a bit unnecessary and did it quite a few times. Enjoy.
Did you enjoy that?
That was very nice.
Well, thank you for the most entertaining ride in this car. Now, you've just said something that I absolutely have to get on camera. You said, which was the original advert for these cars, what was it?
MGF. F is for fun.
And I can absolutely vouch for that. They are the most fun little car, bar none. Well, thank you very much for coming today, all the way from Surrey.
Yes, sorry, of course. It's been a pleasure, and well, I think it's pretty good. I'm glad you're doing your YouTube thing, because it's. I think we should all have a go.
If anyone actually has interesting stories, interesting history, something they want to share about their vehicle, be it car or bike, please get in touch, because I will put you on the YouTube channel and we'll have a great time. Before.
Adieu. Parting is such sweet sorrow.
Bye. So I just want to explain about cross-threading bolts, which I'm actually quite good at doing. That's why I've had to put a conversion kit on the hub, because I'm quite good at cross-threading bolts. So I want to explain what it feels like and then what it looks like. So you can usually tell because it'll feel loose and then it'll retighten itself again on the way out. And that's not a normal feel. It should feel the same as you go in as it comes out. And it didn't. It felt loose and it felt tight again. So I was like, no, it feels like I've cross-threaded it. I'm going to show you what it looks like. This is a truly cross-threaded bolt. Look at the state of that. That's majorly bad. So it's got like a thin shiny bit there, and it's come all the way down here. So might have been my fault, might not have, not sure, but that is not usable anymore. So I'll have to find a new bolt. That's just come from the bottom arm of the other side, which we didn't film because what's the point, because you've seen it on the other side. So this is the other one. Had a bit of an argument with it. It's finally out and it is cross-threaded like mad. So there you go. Cross-threading explained. We've enlisted the help of an engine hoist. So what we've done is we've connected up the engine to the two engine hoist hole bits there, and a very high-tech fashioned strap. And we're going to hoist it up just to take the strain off of the weight of the engine off, and then we're going to start to undo the engine mounts or engine bolts or something like that. So let's have a go at this. So just pump it up gently, a bit like the trolley jack, just to take the strain off. I'm going really gently. That'll do there. I feel like one more for good luck. There. Okay, so that's rock solid now. That's got the weight of the engine. Now on to the next step. So a little update for you all. It's got colder, so I've had to put a coat on. The car is higher up. We've jacked it up further because we've reached a small problem. That is that the bolts that we need to take out to get the gearbox off, the exhaust is in the way. So now we're going to have to get the exhaust off, which we're a bit worried about doing, A, because we're quite good at snapping bolts and we don't have any spares, and B, there's a risk of it blowing when we put it back on because we haven't done it properly, or because of a bolt issue, or many of those factors. So we're scratching our heads at the moment because there is no other way of getting it off. We've tried. We're just wondering what to do next. So wish us luck. So I'm about to take the starter motor off because it's connected to the gearbox. This is becoming a huge pain in the bum, not gonna lie. Let's see if I can actually. Oh gosh. I nearly dropped it. I hate this. This is why I'm not a mechanic. There we go, it's coming in. This is really just not enjoyable. It started out really enjoyable and now it's not. How long's this bolt? It's hitting my spleen or some internal organ. Sometime later and I'm still here getting the same damn bolt off. I think we have some movement. She says, yay! Blimey, that was ridiculous. That's right, time to do the next one. I would just like to say that I hate this. I actually hate this. I hate this. This is not enjoyable whatsoever. It started out fun. Things just got harder and harder and harder, and it's It's just not enjoyable anymore. And oh my gosh, this is awful. Please, send help. Okay, so this drops out. Is it going to drop out?
Well, you can come up to the top and put it out.
No, because I can't see it from the top. Oh, right, it's out. The thing fell off. So we have loosened off the engine. It's now freewheeling off. It's dangling off the engine hoist. And we're just about to free off the very first gearbox bolt. So let's see if we can do this. Oh, blimey. Oh no, that's rounded it off.
Catch up next week to see how we get on and see how terminal that bolt rounding really is. Oh dear. In keeping with the racing theme, I thought you might like to see the results of the UK series, in which there's been a close battle all season. This was a presentation evening, and I picked up not one but 2 trophies. Enjoy.
In second place then, up north, it's Yorkshire Dales, 137, Helen Blip! And then your ladies stock up champion for 2025 going to the Star Club, SR20 Jazz Blip! And in third place then, driving Ludlow, number 20, Lucas.
I knew I was getting second place, and I was so proud to have climbed from 4th up to 2nd. What I didn't expect was a second trophy, becoming 4th overall out of the entire series. Very proud moment.
Right, so we're going to go then to the overall junior champion.
Don't forget to watch out in the next coming weeks for the story of John getting back on track, not on 2 wheels, but on 4. Stay tuned, you don't want to miss this one. As always, thank you so much for watching. We hope you enjoyed it. If you did, click like, drop something in the comments, and make sure you subscribe so you can see more of the adventures we get up to. Till next time!